We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.
It's great to be here in San Pedro. You are watching Chad's Underground Scene with my special guest today, Jarmyn and Bernie Deal. How you guys doing?
Good.
How's it going down here in San Pedro?
It's getting warm today, but normally it's cooler than everywhere else, so I like it.
Bernie, you've also lived here in San Pedro.
Yeah, I did.
So how about you guys tell us a little bit about San Pedro and the underground scene and music scene in Pedro? It's pretty good.
I wish I knew more. I was playing around the South Bay a lot, and then I moved here several years ago, and I have yet to get in a really happening scene down here yet. I'm still anticipating. I'd like to check it out.
So tell us a little bit about the South Bay scene. I know you were heavy into that because we were both there.
Yeah, well, I played with several different guys, several different groups down there, and made the rounds. Got to do a lot of night clubbing in my younger years, as I'm climbing right now in age, but still I feel fortunate that I get to jam with people and meet and hang with friends like you, and just stay in the scene a little bit. Feels good.
Bernie, what's some of your favorite places in San Pedro to hang out and watch bands?
Since COVID, a lot of it's changed, but pre-COVID, like Harold's place, that place is a lot of fun. There's a lot of talent that actually goes through there. Some from California, some from all over the United States. But there's one local guy that lives here in San Pedro, and he also plays with Iggy Pop, and that would be Mike Watt. And you'd see Mike Watt will have his band play up there at Harold's. That's just one name that I can name, but there's several good musicians or professional musicians that play around here. And for the blues music, I would go down to Godmother's in downtown San Pedro.
Yes, Godmother's. We've spent a few nights down there.
And then the San Pedro Brewing Company, they would have bands on the weekends, and that was a pretty good scene of talent also. That was mostly all local, but pretty good punk scene for what it is. I mean, it's hard to find punk scenes anymore. It's few and far between. So places like Harold's and the Bruco, I think they're what keeping original music going around here, and a little bit of the punk.
Yeah, and there's a new place called Sardines that started doing a lot of live shows toward the end of the end of 19 and then into 20 before the COVID started. And this summer, keep an eye out because there's a punk gig right here in San Pedro on the waterfront.
Cool.
We'll be going. I get tickets.
Well, now I know down there on the waterfront, they've had some real big bands.
Yeah, that's what they're having there.
Like Social Distortion.
Yeah. That's an annual thing, right?
Yeah.
Yearly.
Yeah, and they started it back up this year. So
what's that guy that used to play rock and roll, and then he decided he hated it and he started playing? Is it Molly? Flogging Molly? Is that?
Flogging Molly was, yeah.
I think they might have been down there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jerry.
So we're going to start the show. We're going to start the show with a little song here.
Don't forget Rockabilly Jerry.
Rockabilly Jerry.
He plays all over.
This one here is called Big Balls. I'm sure you know it.
Maybe I do. If not,
Bernie knows.
You'll have to cut it.
Yeah.
Upper class, high society, God's gift to ballroom notoriety. I always fill my ballroom, the event is never small. The social pages say I have the biggest balls of all. I've got big balls, I've got big balls, and they're such big balls, dirty big balls. And he's got big balls, and she's got big balls. We've got the biggest balls of them all. My balls are always bouncing and my ballroom's always full. And everybody comes and comes again. If your name is on the guest list, no one can take you higher. Everybody says I have great balls of fire. I've got big balls, I've got big balls, and they're such big balls, they're dirty big balls. He's got big balls and she's got big balls. We've got the biggest balls of them all. And my ballroom's always full, and everybody comes and comes again. If your name is on the guest list, no one will take you higher. Everybody says I have great balls of fire. I've got big balls, I've got big balls. With such big balls, they're dirty big balls. He's got big balls and she's got big balls. We've got the biggest balls of them all. Some balls are bent for charity and some for fancy dress. But when they're held for pleasure, they're the balls that I like best. My balls are always bouncing to the left and to the right. It's my belief that my big balls should be held every night. I've got the big balls, she's got big balls. She's got big balls and they're dirty big balls. He's got big balls and she's got big balls. We've got the biggest balls of them all. And I'm itching to tell you about them. Gonna have such wonderful fun. Seafood cocktail, crabs and crayfish. We've got the biggest balls of them all. We've got big balls, we've got big balls. We've got big balls and they're such big balls. He's got big balls and she's got big balls. We've got the biggest balls of them all. And I'm just itching to tell you about them. Nice. All right, so we're going to move on to talking about, can you tell us a little bit about some of the bands you played in? And tell us some of the experiences you had.
Yeah.
Maybe some fun times and maybe
Good or
some
bad.
fun times.
I came to California trying to make it, shot for the top, worked my way down, went straight into Hollywood, pay to play. I finally had marriage and divorce and picked my drums out of the closet and came down to the South Bay and I've been
you were
playing
ready.
with several bands since. I've played in original band Whirlpool, Beyond Reason with Ron Hopkins, one of your
Right, who's also in Big Mouth with us, yes.
Right, I've played with them. I've played with Tom's Garage doing some heavy metal stuff.
Yeah, Tom's Garage. We played some gigs together with Tom's Garage.
We did a lot of cool gigs. Then I had a progressive thing called Lucky Swig. I was really...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a lot of fun. I played around. I messed around all over the South Bay for several years. Always Even I think when I first met Bernie here, I brought him to the Valley, and I was playing with a band called the Shakers back then.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah. So I've been playing around, having a good old time.
And let's go to Bernie, and you tell us a little bit about how you got out here. Because you had kind of the same experience. You were in another state, and you decided you're coming to California.
Yeah, I'd always wanted to live in California, so we came out here, and everything's bigger and better as far as the music scene and original music. Out here you can play way more spots with original music, and back east it seemed like that scene wasn't there in Maryland where I was at. They wanted all the cover music, and punk was pretty underground. I grew up listening to 60s and 70s music, and I really didn't get into punk rock to probably around 1999, and that's when I started listening to it and playing it. And then like Jarmyn, I went through a divorce also, and then there was 6 years of me not playing drums, and when I got out here to California, me and Jarmyn became friends. We were neighbors, and he was a drummer, and I was like, man, I used to play drums. And hell, next thing you know, he's going with me out to Guitar Center, and I bought a set of orange DW drums and set them up.
I remember you coming out to the Valley.
He has them to this
Well,
day.
he came out to the Valley and he jammed with my band a couple times. I'd let him do 2 or 3 in a row, and check it out, and he got back into it, and that's when you got the DWs.
And set them up right in the middle of the living room, man. Just fucking crank the stereo and play. And that's how, then from there I went to punk band. We were a shitty little punk band, but it was a good growing experience for me. Got some of my chops back, and how
and
songs
then you were in the
going.
Blob. That was
that was
awesome. Okay, yeah, they were awesome. Yeah.
And I had songs written. I had plenty of lyrics written, like books of them. And I write some pretty good lyrics. And anyway.
And that was our connection, the Blob. That's how we ended
that's
up
how
in
I
Big
met
Mess.
him.
Yeah.
But after the songwriting, what I was getting at is none of the other bands would ever let the drummer sing. Or if they did, they didn't want to hear him too much. And when I got in there with Big Mess, it was the exact opposite. It's like, I want to see every song you've written, and I want you to sing on as many songs as possible. Sing your own songs, playing drums and singing your own songs, original music, and people sing the lyrics back to you. That's a pretty cool feeling, man. So I've had a lot of fun out here in Southern California.
So here's a song here. This is a song that comes from a club that it was our stomping ground in Lomita. We played at Pete's Tavern. So Pete's Pratt, Pete's place.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a song about it. I don't know if you've heard this song. Have you heard it?
I ever heard it. You
so
want
we'll
to play
see.
on the drums, Bernie?
No, you can play it. It's all good. It's just a rockabilly beat.
Yeah, straight rockabilly beat. I'll start it out, and then we'll play it together. And Bernie he'll play the other parts, so you'll know exactly the speed.
Oh, okay.
We got it. This one's called Pete Spratt's Tavern, and there's another connection that goes on here because Pete Spratt is living in San Pedro. He's right up the street up here.
All right.
So
Good to know.
here we go. Friday night at Pete Spratt's Tavern, Irish whiskey, homemade gin. Crap that flows like wild honey. You don't stop till 2 a.m. You'll find a girl goes by the name of Rosie. Know him well, Rosie, oh Rosie. Well, Nick's fall in love with Rosie. Buy her drinks from 10 till 2. Burns them up on the little dance floor. She don't stop till 2 a.m. She likes to drink cheap whiskey and a soda. We know her well. Rosie,
till 2 a.m. You'll find a girl, goes by the name of Rosie. We know her well. Rosie, oh Rosie. 2 a.m. and he scratched at her. Rosie's time to disappear. Tear him up on the little dance floor. She don't stop till 2 a.m. You'll find a girl who goes by the name of Rosie. We know her well. Rosie, oh Rosie. She likes to drink cheap whiskey and a soda. We know her well. Rosie, the rug peddler.
Take it,
Should have
Jarmyn.
played on this one,
Take
Brian.
it, Jarmyn. That was awesome. That's awesome.
Rewind. Now we know where to edit.
It's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's what this show is about. It's about the underground
yeah.
and
All right.
on the spot. We don't ever.
Nothing
We don't
has to be
rehearse.
perfect.
I'm never hearing anything, no breaks, no nothing. And
We don't
pulling
rehearse
off.
nothing. We just do it. Okay, so we're going to go on to. You guys both had a brush with death on your motorcycles, so tell us a little bit about how that was. That was a crazy experience.
Yeah. Still healing from
Yes,
it. So.
he's just coming back. He just finally is playing drums again. We played our first live gig together about a week or two ago. So tell us a little bit about how that was and getting back to drumming and playing music.
Well, I still haven't really gotten back. Before my accident, I was playing with 3 bands off and on, doing
Right, yeah.
different things, and after the accident, now I can't carry my drums. So who wants a drummer that can't carry their drums, right?
I do. I'm carrying his.
Well, I'm just saying, he's lucky because most drummers have to carry the PA,
Yeah,
and
everything.
the guitar
Everything,
players,
yes.
amps, and everybody else's shit. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how that works. No, I'm not even worried about it. Like I say, I'd like to be out playing more, but there's been a pandemic and no one's playing.
No, nobody's
so
playing,
It doesn't
right, yeah.
matter
And we're playing
anyway.
playing
I don't
now,
feel like
yeah.
I've missed out on very much.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Although I'd like to have people knocking on my door. It'd be nice.
Yes, yes. And I think it's likely you'll be part of our big mess crew. You'll be coming in, and
absolutely.
we could use extra help on the drums.
There you go. I appreciate that.
Our last gig, he
Either.
played all of these instruments. He played the ag, he played the everything,
Stomp
everything but the
box,
drums. Yes,
Shakers.
and we could bring all that in a bag. It was awesome.
And then I'll be like a hired Ron.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
Yes.
you go. And you can pick on me.
So Bernie, tell us a little bit about yours and how
Well-
quickly you've come back. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was in a bad accident last October during the pandemic, and naturally that's no visitors or anything, so that was kind of tough. But I got through that and started to. I was still in a wheelchair, but I was able to pick up some drumsticks and start rat-a-tatting on paradiddles on a practice pad. I was like, okay, it looks like I will be able to play drums again someday.
And you called me immediately when you
So,
did that.
yeah, I was like, all right,
I can
man.
play the drums.
I'm ready to go. If I don't start playing, I'm not 100%, I'm not even 50%, but if I could just start playing,
Right.
then you'll start moving your arms, working your muscles, and you'll adapt to whatever you have to do to make it work to play the music. So,
And that's why I'm using the double bass a lot, because I got a lot more power with my left foot.
right.
And the poor right foot just wants to drag along and slow me down. But if I can get it to cooperate and get a little feeling and something happening there, then I can combine them both and make some music.
Yeah, and same with you. I remember right after you couldn't play the drums.
Right.
We had a party and you came and
Well, I also had arrhythmia too.
Yeah, yeah, no, you had a lot of
I've had
stuff
that
going on, yeah.
operation.
Yeah.
Now I can breathe
Yeah.
to go through maybe
Oh, yeah,
2 or
yeah.
3 songs.
and I remember you had a big party
Yeah.
where you did a
The crawfish boil.
boil.
Oh,
right?
that was probably a while back.
No, it was
Up
about
on
a year.
Al's house
It was
up
about
on the
2
hill.
years after your accident, right after your motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
And you said, "Fuck it, I am playing." And you get up there and you freaking played for a long time.
Well, and the thing was, that was before my last operation. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just fused.
Yeah.
And I could still move my ankle
Yeah.
and my foot. And I could get all those beats in and everything that I wanted to. But then after my last operation, that's when they did the sciatica nerve damage. Now it's a little more stiff and a little harder to get it rolling.
But you're doing okay with that left foot.
Like I say, it makes up for it. I drive Uber and Lyft with my left foot, and people don't seem to mind. They ride in the back, they don't care. As long as I can do it.
So Bernie had an experience with that years ago, where he had to play with his left foot
I broke my
because
right
he
ankle.
broke his ankle. Yeah.
Right.
And he spent a year with Big Mess playing with his left foot, right-handed.
Because he never wanted to use a
He's a
double
right-handed
bass.
drummer. No, because he couldn't use his right foot, so he was
I
playing
know.
kick with the left foot, and he's playing right-handed drums.
Yeah.
And our guitar player Rex, he was also a drummer, and he goes, "I have to see this. If anyone can pull it off, Bernie can," and he did.
That was funny. Same thing, hobbling in, carrying your gear. Chad helped me carry my gear.
Yeah.
And our guitar players watched me on crutches while I got a snare drum in one hand and crutches trying to get in there, and he's just standing there smoking away. Been with the band 6 months, like it was all his. So,
Oh no.
now I don't need any help, I got it.
That's right. So here we are at the Bernie Deal Comedy Hour. Tell us a joke, Bernie.
Really? Didn't I just tell one?
Tell it again.
Okay. Why do all the birds fly upside down in Lucerne?
Why do they fly?
There's nothing worth shitting on.
There you go. But oh, he's getting drums.
I've been flying for hours.
Aren't your arms tired?
Okay, so we've played a lot of gigs. We've played in a lot of bands. We've listened to a lot of music. We've gone to a lot of shows. Let's all talk about our favorite music, favorite bands, favorite shows, favorite clubs to go to.
Well, I don't go clubbing anymore at 52.
No, but over the years. Yes,
What about 62?
Yeah. Well, you don't look a day over 70,
I know, man. But it's at that same club that I don't go to.
right? The hair club for men? Or is that road game with monoxide?
Yeah, I lost them. I don't have to worry about it, man. My hair never gets messed up.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not far behind you. I got a baloney patch
I got
growing
enough
back
hair
here.
on my back for every person in here.
You did have the squats going on.
Squatch. Sasquatch to my
But,
left.
I guess for the clubs I'd hang out in, that would have been like Bordner's, the Roxy, Whiskey, all those fun ones up in Hollywood. You had to do that, right? And then, I went to the Troubadour before. It's, that was a bad experience. But anyway, ended up in jail that night, but it wasn't my fault. Never is, right?
Right.
And what else? And for the local scene, like I say, for the South Bay area, the fun places, there's a lot of them down here in San Pedro. Sounds like there's more that I don't know about that are coming around. We used to play Hermosa Beach. We used to go to St. Rock. They've always had some good shows in there.
Hermosa Saloon.
Yeah, Hermosa Saloon. Razor,
I used to play the Lighthouse in Hermosa.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've played there a bunch of
And
times.
what's that other place Patrick Malloy's? We've played there, played the Lighthouse.
Yeah.
And now the Cat's Meow is the standing room. That was before COVID. They were having
Yeah, and now they're closed as well. Them and St. Rock.
they were having live bands there and a lot of local talent, people we know. Corey Kyle and Dante Silva, all those guys. It's like they had a scene going on.
But soon, I think it'll all be coming back. I know somebody bought the Lighthouse, so Lighthouse is going to open back up with music soon. They're open back up.
They've
you can
always
go
been
there.
a good music
And they're gonna have
Since
city.
the
music
30s, that place has been
Yeah.
open.
They've always been
And
there.
it's always
when
been
you used to be able to
musical.
drive around it and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
in the
I
front.
grew up in Torrance, and my father went there when I was a kid, so it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
I like to do some more parks. I'd like to play some of the like Pollywog Park when Manhattan Beach goes off sometimes. You know, I know you guys did some there, beach scenes. You played actually on the sand down there. And,
on the sand.
That'd be a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun, believe it or not, in Idlewild. They had a music festival up there, and of all the places.
Yeah, and we would go up there and play at the music festival. This year was
it
online.
wasn't snowing.
They did it online. No, they do it. They do it in the summer.
Like the whole band
in the middle of the winter.
The whole band in one bungalow. It was fun. Right? The whole band being in one bungalow. It's like, it was fun. We all partied and hung out, filmed some videos there. Remember? We filmed that video. Billy Caldwell video for us. Yeah.
And then the Rockabilly Reunion's pretty fun.
Yeah, that one's in Nevada.
And that's a good segue up to the next section of this. But before that, watch right now and you're going to see a video of Big Mess. So Rockabilly Reunion brings us to one of the several tours that Bernie and I have been on, where we went through Vegas during our tour. We were either going one way or through coming back the other way. And we wrote a song called Vegas on Time. So Bernie, tell us a little bit about how that song came about.
Well, we were supposed to play at the Double Down Saloon, and I was driving, and I was still recovering from something broken. I don't know if it was
You had a
an
knee
ACL.
operation.
Yeah, it's always something. I'm like Jim from the Wild Kingdoms. Like poor Jim, he's fucked up today. But anyway, so we're driving around Vegas, and we passed the bar like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. It's like, oh, there it was, and then we go around again, do another loop on, what was the name of that street?
Loop Street.
No, I can't even think of it now. But anyway, it was pretty bad. It was annoying so bad, but we finally got there, right? And then when we get there and play, it's like, you know, I probably shouldn't have taken that pain pill and been driving, because I was loopy and just kept missing a turn, and you know, him and the guitar player just riding along. Oh, there it was. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Go back on Paradise for another
That
round.
was it. Paradise
You gotta
Road.
throw the anchor out.
Yeah.
You know, so catch on something, stop you guys.
And it, even though you know it's there, it's like such a weird corner. Like,
It's a one-way street,
it's a
and
weird
you're making a left. In the
Okay.
left lane on a one-way street.
Kind of like D Piazzas. You
Yes.
know, you're at
Yeah.
D
Yeah.
Piazzas,
Yeah.
and you don't know if you're on the corner or if you're supposed to be
Yeah.
on Pacific
Well,
or
it's-
Anaheim. Where is this place?
Right, so Paradise is
It's like that, but
five.
worse.
Paradise is 5 lanes,
Right.
and you need to get to the left lane and make a left.
And that's it. There's no other
way.
shot.
You know way to the end there.
And if you drive
So then you
past
gotta
it,
go around circles.
if you drive past it,
3 miles.
you're
Oh.
fucked.
Come back.
You're
Because it's
done.
one
took you
way. It's one
Were
way.
you late for the
yeah.
gig?
And one of the times,
I don't remember.
one of the times we.
After the 3rd time, they were calling you on the phone. Hey,
Yeah.
where you guys
One of
at?
the times on the way back up, we missed that turn too, and ended up going through the airport and then back around to Paradise.
Really? So that's how that song came about.
That's how that side came about.
Most of the Big Mess songs are true life adventures, some sort of way. Maybe not to the T, but that's how they come around. Stupid shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna write a song about it.
And this is the song right here. This is called Vegas on Time.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. Running all night and my mouth's dry. Then suck it out and that's alright. Traffic is bad, I don't want to sleep. Do shows tonight. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. 2 cartels, one to drive. Nothing but in to keep us alive. 6 around Paradise, then we flip the death. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. Running all night and my mouth is dry. Band suckered out and that's a lie. Traffic is bad and I won't sleep. 2 shows tonight. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. 2 cartels and 1 to drive. Nothing but in to keep us alive. 6 up around Paradise, then we flip the dead. If I could only make it to Vegas on time. If I could only. Yes.
That's a fun song,
That's
right?
a pretty fun one.
It's bouncing.
So tell us some of the experiences on the road besides just the drive through Vegas. We've played a lot of shows together, a lot of tours,
Yeah.
a lot of hanging out.
Stayed in a, man, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. We were playing there. So Chad's like, oh yeah, we gotta check into the room and then we'll go to the gig and play. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna stay here.
5-star hotel.
I'm gonna stay in the room and you run up and get all the info or whatever. And I think I was gonna take a nap or something. That's what it was. I'm gonna rest and change.
Okay.
So we go to the room and well, the door lock's broken, so the door doesn't open. It's shut. So they get that done. They get the door fixed. And then I said, well, this is supposed to be 2-bedroom. We're not sleeping in the same bed. And the guy was like, oh, and he looks like this tweaker dude. He's like, let me get you a bed. So he opens up this fucking cabinet and all this dust flies out and he pulls out this fucking bed and it folds down and it's about that thick. Right?
Uh-huh.
And if I'm lying, I'm dying. It had a see-through sheet. The sheet was so old and warm when you held it up you could see through it. And he was like, now, I don't know if we're going to charge you extra for this bed. I was like, are you fucking kidding
You're
me?
getting charged for that little bit.
So then I opened the refrigerator door. It has a mini fridge. I open that and it just falls off in my hand. Boom. I was like, okay. And then there was this chair, and man, it had this stain on it that just didn't look very hygienic. I was like, no fucking way. So I threw the chair out of the room, and I was so pissed off because the night before we stayed in like this nice hotel.
Nice.
It went from one extreme to like below the next extreme. Like the cockroaches are running with my cymbal bag across the fucking room. It was that bad, dude. And I was like, fuck Chad. It's like, go through all this. I'm sleeping in this bed. He can sleep on these fucking springs.
So you got to see through sheets,
Yeah.
right?
So we do that. We get about, I don't know, through the 8 hours of rest we're supposed to get, we probably got an hour, right?
Wait, but let me add in before that. So Bernie, after that, he went to get rest. He goes, I'm going to go take a nap, get everything all figured out with the club and sound check and all that set up. And I go, you don't have to be at sound check. I'll just do it all and get it all set up. Sound will be ready. You can get a rest and come over and then we'll just play. And he comes driving up and he's like, all right, I'm here. And I'm going, dude, did you get some nice rest while you were back there? And then he told me this whole story. He didn't get one friggin' minute of sleep.
And then in the morning, the fucking shower was so disgusting. We both elected not to eat. We didn't take a shower.
We just jumped in the car and ran.
So,
Got out of there.
you know, we drove 8 hours to get there, played for
Probably
a couple
better
hours.
at the gas station sink or something.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
dude,
Yeah.
it was so nasty. It's like we're not even stepping foot in it. We drove on to the next town, to the next hotel, and then showered there.
But it was a
you go.
bargain. We got a good deal
Oh
on
yeah,
that hotel.
$20 a night or whatever. But you know, you get what you pay for,
There you go.
It was worth every dime.
right? But I was so mad. I was like, I'm not sleeping on that fucking piece of shit. I mean, it was. I've seen homeless people on San Pedro streets with better get-ups than that.
Yeah.
And then the next night we were double down.
Yeah. On time.
And a super nice hotel.
Yeah, we were in Vegas on time then. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the stories are endless. It's always something.
So what are some of your favorite bands?
Oh, gee.
so hard to say.
I just like progressive kind of music. I like to listen to that when I'm not actually playing with anybody doing a certain type of music. I like to listen to a little progressive stuff. You know, the Yes and Genesis, Pat Travers. I get into stuff, you know, a little intricate, but still, you know, classic stuff. I really don't. I don't want to do something. I don't listen to something that's so simple it's not enlightening. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to stuff that's going to help you, and it's going to keep you interested.
Something you can get into.
Yeah, something you can get into, and something that keeps you going. You don't want to listen to just Although there's a lot of good blues, a lot of good things that I really should listen to more. I really don't, because it just doesn't keep my interest as much.
Yeah. I'm a big Iggy Pop fan. I love Iggy Pop. Pretty much anything he does and has done.
Well, my friend spit on Iggy, so
Oh, sweet. That's
you might like my friend.
That's an accomplishment in life that most people don't have.
Everybody
Right?
spits on
I can't
Iggy.
say that. I don't know many people that can say they did that.
He played the President. It was a steamboat out down in New Orleans where I grew up. And Iggy Pop did a show on the President and steamed down the river. And everybody spit. There was a lot of punk spit going on back then.
Yeah, well, that would certainly be an epidemic now.
It would be epidemic. You couldn't do
You'd
that
all
now.
be dead. We'd all
Right before the pandemic, I was in New Orleans and I played a bunch of shows there.
It's New Orleans.
It's New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
He said New Orleans. He said
There's
New
no
Orleans.
New Orleans. There is no
Yeah.
such thing.
Orleans or not leans.
Fun town.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a weather kind of a guy. That's why
Yeah.
I'm here in
Oh, no,
California.
it's
I
nice
love
all the time.
paradise and whatever it costs to
You
live
fall in love with the
paradise.
weather. He did the same. He's like, oh my God, it's always nice.
Well, it just rains every day. The state bird's a mosquito. You got to get out of that place.
Yeah.
You know?
So what are some of your favorite bands?
Well, it's hard to say favorites. You know, I mean, each genre has a favorite, but like in my CD player right now, I have the Black Crowes, I have Stiff Little Fingers, I have
Let's go with live then. What's your favorite live band?
oh well, live, I'd have to say
I know a couple.
yeah, I saw Slayer live, and that was pretty bad.
And they were almost as good as Nashville Pushing.
Yeah. I like that scene. I like the 9 Pound Hammer, the Nashville Pussy, the Super Suckers, Eddie Spaghetti. I dig that sound a lot, and it's fun.
Which is the perfect segue into the song we're going to play next,
Okay.
which is called Pretty Fucked Up.
She used to be pretty, and now she's pretty fucked up.
And I had no idea that was one of you were going to pick when you said your favorite bands. And it goes a little like this. She's got a man on the side, and she's with him today, and I probably won't die, but it sure feels that way. Well, I used to be strong, and I used to be tough, and she used to be pretty. Now I'm pretty fucked up. Oh, pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up now. She used to be pretty. Now I'm pretty fucked up. Now I know people change. Sometimes that's good. People won't. Well, maybe they should. Right now I can't help it. Might just throw up. She used to be pretty, and now she's pretty fucked up. Oh, pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up now. She used to be pretty, now she's pretty fucked up. Take it, Bunny! Now a long time ago, she made me feel this way. Well, I asked for forgiveness, and I asked her to blame. And she said that she loved me, and it made me feel good, and it made me feel giddy. Now I'm pretty fucked up. Oh, pretty fucked up.
fucked up now. She used to be pretty. Now she's pretty fucked up. 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 Thank you, Bernie. Thank you.
That's always a fun song.
All right, we talked about Bernie's recovery, and I was able to bring him into the studio. The world's renowned percussionist, Bernie Deal, is going to be on the next acoustic record that I've done called Not Alone. Tell us a little bit about the record and the fun we had doing the record.
So, I'm still recovering, so I couldn't. Today's actually the first day that I've played a complete set where I can use the ride and hit the crashes, because the way Jarmyn has it set up, I can play this. But anyway, at that time I was still pretty fucked up, and Chad's like, well, Rex helped us on some of the parts, but you're getting better, I want you on the album. So what he didn't tell me, but the guy running the studio said, Chad basically told me that no matter what, if he had to carry you up here like a backpack, you're playing on this fucking album. So that was Paul Rossler. I was like, okay. So, but before all that, I need to backtrack. So Chad's like, look, Bernie, I have this CD. I want you to do it. And all I did was say, well, the drums suck. The drums suck. Because I didn't do it. It was like, they suck. They suck. It sounds like a drum machine. The guy's just that good, and I'm jealous. But anyway, so I was like, well, what can I do to top notch that? He's got the best drummer that he thinks around. And I had to add something to that that would be really bitching, that I don't think anyone else has done with what we're doing. So I was like, guess what, Chad? I was like, what, man? I was like, as soon as I heard this song, I got an idea. What's the idea? I got fucking timpani. I'm gonna play timpani on this song. And he was like, you have a timpani? I was like, fuck yeah, it's right up there in my garage. You have to get it, so he had to climb the ladder and bring it down and haul it up the steps at the studio we recorded at. But and we set it in one of those, those things that you set over your toilet with all the braces. Well, I never used it. So we strapped the kettle drum into the toiletry holder and fucking bungeed it in there, and that's what held the timpani, because I didn't have a stand for it. And we recorded that thing with the timpani, and like I say, I don't think anyone else has done something acoustic like this with the timpani and had a lot of fun with it, and that was my little extra that no one's doing this. In my mind, I thought no one was doing that. So we have a timpani with an acoustic guitar.
Right. And then we went from there to him playing some kind of an instrument on almost every song on the album. Not every song, but almost every song on the album, and then singing backups.
Yep. Like I say,
and then right in between that, he did some production as well.
I'm not a singer, but I was like, he's not singing that right, and I'll go sing it myself. Because I know what we're capable of and what he's capable of, and I wasn't happy.
So this
guy goes and gets a hired gun and intimidates you.
No, it was Rex.
Who?
You know Rex? It was Rex from Big Mess.
Oh, okay.
It was our guitar player.
He was supposed to be the
Our guitar
drummer.
player was also a drummer.
He was supposed to be the drummer for Blue Oyster Cult, and he turned it down for some other gig, and it was something with Motown, and that all fell to pieces, and they were like, we got a drummer. It was the Doobie Brothers, that's right,
Doobie
not
Brothers,
Blue Oyster Cult, Doobie Brothers. And they're like, we already got that seat filled, sorry about your luck.
And he was the drummer in Ambrosia.
Yeah.
Before that.
A founding member of Ambrosia, I believe, yeah. And he was from San Pedro also.
Yes.
So there's a lot of cool people down here.
Coming down here, yeah.
Either coming down or from here, but yeah.
So we would like to thank you all for coming out. You've been watching Chad's Underground Scene with Jarmyn and Bernie. And stay tuned and you will see the title cut video from the new album, Not Alone. Remember, it all starts in the underground.
took so long for you to come back where you belong. So many people all alone, hearing all the voices on the phone. 'Cause you're not alone. Everyone around you, now you're home. Feels that we feel. Open up your heart, and it's for real. Time I think where we've been. Time to open up, let it in. People always looking to escape. It's time to listen, it's never too late. 'Cause you're not alone. Everyone around you, now you're home. The feelings that we feel. Open up your heart, and it's for real. Let's find out what the world is about. Gotta know about it, gotta shout. Let me tell you something, message is clear. Could have been right there, we're right here. 'Cause you're not alone. Everyone around you, now you're home. The feelings that we feel. Open up your heart, it's for real. 'Cause you're not alone. Everyone around you, now you're home. Feelings that we feel. Open up your heart, and it's for real. We talk about everything, play music in between. Till